you're talking about fossil fuels versus batteries, and how critical is it important to weigh the amount, I mean, the carbon footprint of what it takes for those elements within the battery versus fossil fuel, and then the conversations around the weight of them on the roads and the infrastructure in the US. So how do you weigh which is better? Like at a high level, I'm like, of course, batteries are great, less emissions and everything, but do people really look at like how the batteries are actually created in the long-term effects?
Yeah, I think, one thing that was key in the design for the Model 3 battery that I don't think is very appreciated generally was the challenges designing a battery that was recyclable. So something that at the end of the car's life, you could bring all those materials back, re-refine them, and reuse them.
Hmm.
That creates a huge amount of complexity in the design, the selection of materials, and that was a big part of what I was working on with the Model 3 battery was creating it so that it could be recyclable.
Hmm.
I think that's a key piece of all of this because, with fossil fuels, there's always the argument, are batteries better than fossil fuels? I think the important thing with fossil fuels is that they're inherently limited. Like at some point, there will be no more on Earth. That's going to
Right.
happen. And so the question for batteries is, does it provide a longer future? Are there enough materials to support, the energy needs of the US for a much longer period of time? The answer is yes, especially if they're largely recyclable. I think that was a key piece for me. Very, very important, but also
Hmm.
very challenging in the design process.